afternoon, everybody. Hello. Everybody ready? Hand here. Testing. Okay, we're getting started.
It is Thursday, November 2025, and it is 5:24 p.m. The first item of business is roll call. For the record, we have a full quorum. All members are present. Second item is public comments. Michelle?
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Trevino, Mr. Ramirez, Board of Trustees, students, parents, and administration. We are here to discuss the report. The rating system measures the quality of a school district's financial management and reporting system. Does anybody know how to read this? So that is just 2 pages of this. These are the district's financial reports. So why do we have to present this? Because in 2001, everybody was thinking the same thing that y'all were thinking. So the 77th legislature, our Texas representatives, built into law a Texas education code to mandate school districts in reporting to the public our first rating. The Texas Education Agency came up with 21 accountability ratings. Just like students, y'all have to take the star, right? The school district, the finance department is accountable for our financial ratings. We are required to report this to the community in a public hearing and understandable format. And so what I'm gonna go over is what the district got in its first rating, understand some of our financial practices, ensure accountability, and reinforce public trust. And so just to reiterate, we're just being held accountable for our financial management practices. We want to make sure that we achieve performance through our financial resources, and we need to make sure we're protecting taxpayer dollars in the end. And so how 21 ratings 1 through 4 are called critical indicators. So it doesn't matter what we get. If we get 100 and we fail 1 through 4, it's an automatic fail. A is a superior achievement, B substandard, C meets, and F substandard. Then we have ceiling indicators, and those are indicators 4, 5, 6, 16, 17, 20, and 21, and I will go through those quickly for you. So the first one, pretty self-explanatory. Did the district submit the financials to TA in a timely manner? Yes, we did. Was there a modified opinion in the financial statements? All that means is that the external auditor that reviewed the financials and did the audit of the district, were they in a material misstatement, non-risk, and in accordance with fair and governmental practices? Yes, we did. We received the best and cleanest opinion. Number 3, was the school district in compliance with payment terms of all debt agreements? The district, just like everybody else, has debt. We have to make our payments on time. Yes, we did. Did the district make timely payments to any state, government, or local commissions? Did we have fund balance? Did we have savings? Yes, we did. The district's net position was $57.3 million. Was the average change in fund balances over 3 years less than 25% decrease, or did the current year's assigned and unassigned fund balance exceed 75 days of operational expenditures? We all know that the government shut down for a period of time. The state just wants to be sure that the district, in the situation that something happens with the district, if we are able to cover our payroll and everything we need to pay out with sufficient funds. And yes, we do. The district actually has 197 days on cash. That's for number 7, we did pass. Number 8, was the measure of current assets to current liabilities ratio enough to cover short-term liability? Target is 3, and we were at 6.7. That means the district has enough money to cover what it owes for more than 3 months. Did the school district's general fund revenues equal or exceed expenditures? That means the money that was brought in, was it enough to cover the expenses? Comparing budgeted revenues to actual expenditures for the last 3 fiscal years. This was not scored by any of the districts due to COVID. Number 11, was the ratio of long-term liabilities to total assets sufficient to support long-term solvency? What that means is, can the district pay its bonds based off of the amount of money that we are receiving? Yes, we can. Number 12, all that means, board members and communities, is our appraisal values in the county enough to cover our $15.9 million bond? And yes, it is. Was the school district's administrative cost ratio to or equal or less than the threshold ratio? What that means is that TA wants to be sure that districts are hiring more instructional personnel than administrators. And this, yes, we did pass this. Our cost ratio is 10.45%. That means out of all of the instructional resources that we have, only 10% goes to administrative costs. A decline, but it was only 5%, so that was within the threshold. What was the school district's ADA within the allotted range of the district's biennial pupil projection submitted to TA? For those of you who don't know, district directors and principal years, what our projections will be. And so this is the district's projection last biennium was at a 4% variance, which is very good. Did the comparison of PEIMS data to like information in the school district's financial result in a total variance of less than 3% of all expenditures by function? What this means, students and staff members and parents, is that required to get with different departments within the district to make sure that the information is reported accurately. And we did pass that. Out of a $41 million expenditure, we were only $47 off, so that's really good. 17, this has to deal with our audit. Was it free of any instance of material weakness in internal control over financial an instance of material weakness? That means the district is at risk of a material misstatement and misappropriation of funds. However, we were free of material misstatement. Number 19, did the district post the required financial information on its website? Yes, we did. If you would like to read our financial, you are more than welcome to go online to read that. And 20, general funding at a board meeting within 120 days before the district adopted its budget. Board members, we came every month to discuss that, right? So yes, we did pass that. And then last but not least, 21, did the school district borrow money from TA in order to make its payments? No, we did not. And charters in the state of Texas, 866 received an A, 84 a B, 50 a C, and F substandard achievement, so that means TA will be going in, right? So what do you think Zapata got? We received an A. Yay. Did receive a superior achievement. We did receive 100. We would really like to thank the staff, the board of trustees, parents, community members, and students, because without you guys, we wouldn't have gotten 100. So at this time, no?
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Great job, great job. If there's no comments on this public hearing, I'd like to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion by Luis, second by Nora, all those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We are adjourned and it is 5:35 p.m. We'll move on to the next meeting, which is our regular school board meeting. It's a regular school board meeting of the Board of Trustees. It was Thursday, November 20, 2025, and it is quorum. Every member is present. Item 2, invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Grateful hearts, thankful for the privilege of serving the students, staff, and families of Zapata County ISD. Thank you for the trust placed in us and for the opportunity to help shape the future of our district. Grant us wisdom that is steady and fair, the courage to lead with integrity, and compassion for every child and family forward in unity, purpose, and service. As we enter this season of gratitude and prepare for Thanksgiving break, may we all find rest, joy, and renewal in the company of family, friends, and the many blessings you provide. May all we do tonight reflect gratitude, hope, and a deep commitment to the future of Zapata County ISD. Amen. At this time, I invite Gabriel Garcia to recite the pledge to the U.S. flag and Yaretsi Gonzalez to recite the...
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item C is the recognition.
And of course our community. Each month, administration recognizes students for their outstanding accomplishments, and this evening we're honored to present 3 exceptional teams. First, I'd like to ask Coach Teresa Guerriat to please come forward and introduce our volleyball team, our Lady Hawks.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here today. I am missing a lot of girls due to basketball tournament and softball, but we are so grateful to be here, and just want to say that these are your 2025 by-district champs. The girls have worked extremely hard. I wish, that I did a better job of taking film and, kind of gathering video on our off season that we had, but these girls can attest to just the work that we put in. 100-degree weather, pushing sleds outside, outdoor circuits, hitting the weight room all summer long. There is no other team that is deserving of this by-district title. We have a few accolades. So she was voted unanimously, which means that every coach in the district voted for her. And I can't tell you enough about this little girl. I'm going to tell you a quick backstory real quick. She comes to me her sophomore year in my office, and she's like, I'm going to quit volleyball. And I told her straight out, I was like, no, you're not quitting. And she looked at me, she was like, okay. I was like, you're not quitting. And, she's come a long way. Never in a million years did I think that she would play the libero position for me, but she proved me wrong 1,000%. And you deserve every bit of that award. So congrats, Kiveli. I want to say that Kiveli finished with about 76 kills in district season. She finished with 47 digs, 10 blocks, and a couple of aces. I'm not sure, maybe like 7 to 10 aces, somewhere around there. Kiveli was another a big leader for me on the floor. She's been with me on the varsity since she was a sophomore year. and just one of the most coachable players that I have ever coached in my 4 years, and just super proud of her. The other ones are missing. I got Andrea Turi with first team all district. She's in basketball. Andrea got second team all districts, I'm sorry. Abby Benavides got first team all district. She's also in basketball. But we have sophomore here, Camila Cantu, my own varsity this year. Bielka Villarreal, Miley Landa, who was our honorable mention, and Miley did an exceptional job for us. From her junior year to her senior year, man, this little girl put in so much work, became a leader for me, captain. Just her work ethic in general kept everybody going. Every practice, it's a long season, and these girls just they push through every single time, and they're an amazing group of girls, and I know y'all are going to accomplish a lot, and I'm so proud of you. And I couldn't have done this without my amazing coaches, Marco Bustamante. To work with them and be best friends with them on the floor and also outside. So thank you guys for everything. We wouldn't have done this without you.
Clocks in the front. Yeah. Got it? 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations once more for our bi-district champions. Thank you, Coach Villarreal. Next, I'd like to ask Coach Longoria to please come forward and introduce.
Okay. Good evening. I wrote to Trevino, school board members, a few bunch of team awards as well. In district, the girls took first place while the boys took second, so they all advanced to regionals. At regionals, it was really, really clear that the whole region works really hard. It hurt a little bit more this year because the girls as a team missed it by 1 place. So had they made a little bit, we would have taken all the, Coach Jackson and myself are very proud of you guys, so keep working hard.
The 2 on the end, can you come on this side, please? Perfect.
Good job.
Congratulations once again to our cross-country team. Lastly, but certainly not least, our Hawk tennis team. Our Hawk tennis teams are district, bi-district, and area champions plus regional quarterfinalists, which is amazing. I invite Coach Rob Atlas to please introduce our champions. Our next champion.
Good evening, everyone. We have a lot of the advantages that our competitors have. There's no country club, there's no tennis center, there's no tennis. We don't even have the courts. But one of the prime lessons that we teach is through hard work, we overcome everything. And these kids don't let that stop them. They go out there, work hard. And another thing that separates these kids is that they're able to have great time management skills. Every single kid is on the academic all-district team. Everybody has a grade point average of over 90 and above. And while it's easy to be real proud of, I've got some 106, 105s up there, but I'm really, really proud of some of our kids that have a harder time at school, and they barely got over that 90, but they really worked their butt off to get it. So congratulations to everybody. This year we were 31-4A district champions, bi-district champions, and area champions. Unfortunately, we got knocked off at the region quarterfinals. We lost 10-9. We needed one more match to get to advance. But the kids played great. They played awesome. So now I'm going to introduce our superlatives real quick. When I call your name, kind of step forward, show them who you are. On the boys' side, the one thing about team tennis, it's really, even though they don't compete against each other except for mixed doubles, it's the only co-ed sport in the state. In other words, the scores from the girls and the scores from the boys are added together. So it makes it very unique. So that's in the fall we have team tennis. In the spring we have individual tennis. So this is team tennis right here. And the co-MVP of the district on the boys' side was Manny Garcia. Manuel. Manny's a senior. We're sorry to see him go. On the girls' side, the MVP was sophomore Stella Lozano. Had the newcomer of the year on the boys' side, Victor Garcia. First team all district, Rosbel. Hernandez. First team all district on the girls' side, we had Chloe Chapa, Anissa Gonzalez, and Eva Guerrero. Second team, Joey Gonzalez and Valentin de los Santos, Pedro Loide. North side, Lily Garza, she's sick today, sophomore, Genesis Duron. And we had a couple of freshmen, Bianca Gutierrez, Kika Garcia, and on the girls' side, Sophia Wen. Introduce Joaquin Munoz. I'd like to thank my coaches, my assistant coaches. They're not here. Coach Martinez has got a real important presentation he's doing up at TAMU today. Coach Molina, she's doing our middle school. This year we had like a student type coach, Pablo Peña, and all of them have done a great job. I went to a lecture from Vic Schaefer. He's the UT women's basketball coach, and he said the key to a good program is to have assistant coaches that share the same vision and the same drive as a head coach. If you do that, we're good, and I think we're in a good spot here with Zapata tennis. I'd also thank our administrators at the high school, and of course finance. Very much.
Thank you so much.
You two gentlemen, this side, please. The two on the end. Yeah. There you go. Now we fit. Board members, tippy toes. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, guys.
Item C, board communication. Even though everybody left, pretty much, I still want to congratulate. Congratulations, everybody.
Well, I want to echo the sentiments of our board president. Of course, we're very proud of the students that were represented here today. There's also a whole when the boys show very effort teams. I do want to give leadership that produced production this week was amazing. Efforts on athletics and fine arts and theater, and it doesn't happen by itself. We have a very large group of very dedicated professionals and paraprofessionals that work with our students day in and day out. They give up family time, they give up their own personal time, sometimes their sanity, to work with our students to make sure that they have the opportunities that show off their talent. So thank you all to all of the administrators, coaches, directors that support our students in their efforts. And as we get ready to go off for a week of vacation, we do so in gratitude.
Good evening again, Board of Trustees. I'm requesting approval of the minutes for the special called board meeting, the board workshop, held on October 15th, and the regular board meeting held on October 23rd, 2025. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Jimmy Gonzalez will be presenting the tax collection report. Period starting January 1st, 2024, August.
Good evening, Superintendent, board members. I have several presentations this week, so Director Jimmy Gonzalez presents the tax collection numbers. So presenting for September 2024, August 31st, 2025. I don't know if you have in front of you. If you do, you just in the EA file collect commissions. So what that means is taxpayer and then you and Christy Garcia was in the this team, but she's the real workhorse behind what we count. Try to contact your taxpayers, let them know we're not going to take away the house. That's not what our goal is. Our goal is just to enter a payment. In front of you, I give you some numbers. Oh, it is? Is it on this right here?
Oh,
Okay, well, I can give you the numbers just to let you know what's going on. So the first thing we try to do to make contact with your taxpayers is phone calls last year. When payment plans aren't done, let's work something out. Either payments have stopped, you've never made a payment, let's see what we can do. We had 67 payoff requests the past year. When that doesn't work, we could resort to litigation. We actually filed lawsuits. We filed 23 of them this past year. After we filed lawsuits, we still try to work out payment agreements. We work with the courts, work with the taxpayers, say, hey, look, I don't want to take a judgment. Get a payment plan, we'll postpone or reset the case until we find something out. We disposed of 63 cases that way, over $350,000, and that means that those cases were disposed of payoffs. So we filed litigation, they ended up paying, we disposed of the case through a non-suit. We did take 13 judgments. Those are individuals who still did not pay, still did not make payment plans. We ultimately took judgment. We have 127 cases pending. There's a lot of money there. A lot of that is, be honest with you, it's because of title requests. There's a lot of property. We're trying to identify the property, identify heirs, and they're in payment plans. So we're still working with them. The court is very good here with allowing us to reset if the taxpayers show up and they enter in a payment plan. So what do? We did have 2 tax sales this past year. We put over 33 properties for sale, and that resulted in 14 properties being sold, 5 properties being paid off before tax sale. So even after we put a property for tax sale, a taxpayer can come to us and say, I want to pay, I want to enter in a payment plan, process of paying to pay their accounts off, and we've had 3 properties we pulled because of legal issues. We struck off 7 properties. That means 7 properties did not sell at the minimum, and they are now basically owned by the county and the ISD. For this next year, 2026, I have a tax sale set for March 2026 and a resale and sale for July 2026. So these properties will come back up and we'll see if they get bid the second time around. Now, what did I collect? This is the meat and potatoes of what we do. Last year in the same period, we collected $832,000. This year, over 1.2. That's the highest mark we've had in the last 6 years, so I'm very proud of the work our office have done. With these cases, a big part of that money was from a huge mineral account that we collected this past year. For the county and ISD, it was $1.1 million. So around about $500,000 went to the ISD. The rest went to the county. A lot of the money, that $1.1 million, was for currents, so that doesn't come out here. It comes to Ms. Delia Mendoza's office in the current collections. But everything we're doing is try to think outside the box and collect money any way we can. The properties put for sale, I want the board to know, as you directed me, not to displace families. Those properties were predominantly, or all, abandoned commercial vacant lots. Any properties that are designated homestead, I did not put up for tax sale. We work out payment agreements, and that's what we do. And again, you've directed me to do that compassionately, and it's worked. Our collection numbers remain high, and we're not displacing people as you wish, so I'm very proud of that. Is there any questions on this report?
What about rental properties? Like if it's people living on a rental property, does that still?
That's a great question, yes. And that's what Christy in our office does here. We talk to people, we do office visits, property visits. We talk to the people and we have notes that say, hey, well, I don't know that, I'm not the owner, I'm renting, the owner lives here or somewhere else. We have notes, we put those properties for sale.
Okay.
So those properties do go for sale. And I mean, there's other cases, if we have people that they just haven't paid in
No,
many
but
years.
they're considered commercial, so really.
Well,
It's not
but
really, I know they're residential.
right, but on the appraisal district site, there's no designation. It's from our work of doing research on it, and we can tell different things. For example, record owner may be from their address, the record owner's address from the appraisal districts from Laredo, Texas, but it's a property here, so it's not their homestead. They have homestead somewhere else, and our system can identify that it's probably a rental property. And we also do things where we have system appraisal district. There may be a property that has a homestead designation or an over 65 deferral, and we check, we do our research, that property's been sold, or that person has a different homestead on the other side of Zapata, so this is not their homestead. So who's living there? Or over 65, that person passed away 2 years ago, appraisal district still has them as the owner. Who's living there now? Who's not paying taxes? And we do things like that to assist the appraisal district and attack cases that we need to attack. So we're very diligent. We do a good job in zeroing in on those properties and those people that need to pay. I mean, I hope that this money helps them go to state if they go to state next year. So it's very important that we reach out and we do what we can. Yes, sir.
Excluding the settlement amount, is our collection percentage rate going up?
Yeah, I don't have the DTR there, but our DTR percentage compared to last year, this year did go up 2 percentage points. So we do market both ways internally of how we determine what our success rate is. We try to collect more money than we do previous years, and we try to get a higher percentage rate than we do each year, and that's where we benchmark. We don't hit it. A couple years ago, we didn't hit it, and we were here to say, hey, we didn't hit it. This is what happened, but that's our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to item F2, finance update. Sure.
I will be presenting fund. The Child Nutrition Fund has realized $690,586 and actual expenditures of $747,285 for an excess of expenditures over revenue of $56,699. The General Operating Fund has year expenditures of $5,877,123 for an excess of revenues over expenditures of $3,164,416. Our year-to-date comparative by function, you can see, board members, that we have spent $217,000 more in the instructional function. A lot of that went to is attributed to salaries. And then, of course, function 34, which is our student transportation, where we've spent 38% more than previous year. Does the board have any questions?
The instructional part, also the incentive? Is that why?
No, this is for September, what we spent in September and October.
Okay.
And so for this fiscal year, Mr. Ramirez, remember, teachers with 3 and 4 years of experience receive $1,000 increase. So that's the majority of the increase in expenditures.
So where'd the incentive go?
The incentive was reported on 24-25 financials.
Okay.
The debt service fund, 599, district has received, year-to-date revenues of $779,123. Our first interest payment will be in February, so we will not be seeing expenditures until March regular board meeting. Bills, claims, and accounts for October 2025. The district paid out $1,248,847 as compared to previous year bills, claims, and accounts as last year. As the board can see, the majority of that was from Fund 196 of $646,000. That was our fencing project that we paid out this time last year. Our tax collection report for October 2025, the district received a disbursement of $3,006,190.52. Tax assessor assessed tax collections, and so hopefully for November we will also see a large amount. I do think our tax payers like to receive that little incentive by paying on time. So October, November, December are usually our biggest tax collection months. So how does that compare in respect to budget? So last year, our homestead exemption, we budgeted $9.4 million in tax collections, current, delinquent, and delinquent. This year, due to the $140,000 homestead exemption, our values, our tax levy did go down, our budget. We budgeted $8.7 million for a 7% decrease in local tax collections. From September through October, last year we received $2.1 million. This year we received $3.1 million. So a lot better for October payments. In that direct correlation between the opening levy and the district's budget, last year the levy for the county was $9.7 million. This year we're just a little bit above $9 million. And so our October 2025 collections, as you can see, we're at 2.9. That includes current collections only. And so again, you could see that direct correlation. I think taxpayers really took advantage of getting that incentive of paying their taxes early. Does the board have any questions? Our donation reports. Donations for October 2025 for current $306. Our year-to-date cumulative, we received $31,647, and so the district, the campuses have received donations of $42,953, and our campuses, I'm sure, and as well as us, are very thankful for the donations received. Does the board have any questions?
Any questions? Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Let's go to item G, action items. Number one, discussion, possible action, approval of budget amendment BA 25-06-01.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. At this time, Board of Trustees, I'm requesting for the board to approve a budget amendment, the first one of the year, to increase our general operating revenue with a corresponding increase to our general operating expenditures to support our mentor program allotment. As the board can see, I did put and attach a little snippet of our summary of finance so that the board can see that as part of our foundation school program, we will be passed through revenue of $80,000. And so in coordinating with the curriculum department, Miss Chrissy, we have they have already made arrangements on how that's going to be spent. I know that our teachers have been going through trainings and have been doing an amazing job mentoring, and so we want the training and PD associated with those requirements. At this time, I'm asking for approval of an increase of $80,000.
Motion by Martha,
I'll second it.
second by Joel, all those in favor, say aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Item 2, approval of contracts and purchases over $25,000.
At this time, the Department of Finance recommends approval of the contract purchase over $25,000. We are recommending through a request for proposal that we solicited for the Child Nutrition Department for the surveillance cameras that we are requesting to be installed in the cafeterias. We went out for RFP, got together to make sure that we had an RFP that had the specification of our district-wide surveillance. We received 2 bids. And at this point, the committee is recommending to award the bid to Jenga Technology. The funding source will be our Child Nutrition Fund for the amount of $63,000.
This is in addition to cameras that we already have, or we're replacing the old ones, or?
Correct. We, this has been a need in the child nutrition cafeterias for safety. And I know that this has been something that Ms. Cuellar has been planning for in order to reduce her fund balance, and so.
So it does come out of the.
It comes out of the child nutrition fund, yes.
And these cameras are in the kitchen or?
Ms. Cuellar, do you want to
Yes.
answer that?
Yes, they are in the kitchen. They're going to be located in the serving line, the kitchen area, the preparation area.
Who's Jenga Technology? Last question.
Who are they? They did technology contractors. They do really, and so we do have, the district has done work with them.
So these are new cameras.
New campus.
Okay, I need approval of contracts and purchases.
Give a motion.
Okay, motion
I second it.
by Dora, second by Martha, all those in favor? Aye. For 3, reclassification of C and P position to a specialist position. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Administration is recommending the approval to reclassify the position of Child Nutrition Department Compliance Grade 6 under the Administrative Technical Compensation Table, as requested by
So it's the same
by the
pay?
director, depending on how many years of service the employee has, and all of it's coming from the Child Nutrition Fund.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Juan Garcia, second by Dora Sendejo. Item number 4, discussion and possible action regarding a memorandum of understanding between Zapata County Sheriff's Office and the district.
Yes, sir, and thank you again. This item was brought to the board in September, I believe, and tabled for further review. I did not. I provided the update to the board, but there's no changes to it since it was presented in September. But I can answer any questions that there may be.
You got any questions on that? It's the same. So it's the same agreement.
Same thing. It's a new agreement, as I had explained, but
It's a renewal of the-
but there's no change since September.
It's an extension.
Correct.
Any motion?
Motion to approve?
Okay, a motion by Luis, second by Laura. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Item H, we will now go to closed session pursuant to section 551.071 and 551.074 of the Texas Government Code. It is 6:20 p.m.
The mics are down?
Okay, we are back from executive session. It is 7:33 PM. For the record, no action was taken in executive session. Let's go to item J, district communications.
Yes, sir. Just a reminder to everyone, our board members in particular, tomorrow is our last day before our Thanksgiving or our fall break. We will have an early release for students and staff tomorrow. We will be on break from November 24th to 28th. We will return, and as soon as we come back on December the 1st, we kick off our first round of testing at the high school with end of course testing. May the Lord bless them. And on December the 11th is a board workshop and special called meeting. But also, it is a winter wonderland here at central office. So we will have our carolers coming to visit and touring the facility as we prepare for Christmas break.
Was that on December 11th?
11th, yes. And I do want to thank, if any maintenance workers are listening, our maintenance department, Pete, you can relay the
It
message.
has to be, it's a workshop, it has to be after 5.
Yeah, but the winter wonderland is during the day.
It's at 8, I think
In the
it starts
morning.
at 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30.
And then the
After
workshop.
5, but it's at 5, the meeting, right?
No,
8:30?
no.
We don't know yet.
5:30.
5:30. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
I want to thank the maintenance department because they were very instrumental in helping put up our trees. They added more trees and lights outside, so if you drive by, you'll see very pretty Christmas trees lit on our property. Then we'll have a regular school board meeting on the 18th. We also have early release on that day as we break for winter and Christmas holidays. So we will keep you abreast of anything that comes up in between. There's lots of stuff always happening. Just
Keep in touch.
The lighting parade is on the 11th.
the lighting
I was gonna
parade.
say that, I forgot.
It's
Is that our board?
Yes, we
Yeah.
have a meeting then.
Okay, well, we'll move the workshop. Okay, we'll change it.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'm gonna bring it up, like, I think Maricelma was gonna bring it up, or maybe she already addressed it. The December like on the 20th, like today, there was a meeting for her in the
Oh,
valley.
the South Texas.
Oh.
We keep putting our board meetings on the same day, so I haven't been able to attend any of their meetings, so it's kinda like.
Is there a way we can get a schedule, their schedule, and then that way?
I
we
can ask.
Ask her for a schedule, cause I did let Ruben know that we have a board meeting on
I
Thursday.
let her know too, I was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we paid for that.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
we have a motion by Luis Guevara to
Second.
adjourn, second by Marta Morales, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned, and it is 7:36 PM. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you.